Welcome to our Rolemaster actual play session. Ain't No Place for a Hero is a campaign set in the world of Duranarki, the continent of men. A gritty, cutthroat world where politics, sorcery, religion, and commerce are all intertwined and reign supreme. Treachery and murder both come cheap, and characters need to be both smart and ruthless to survive. We hope you enjoy our story, and, as always, may the dice roll in your favor. This is episode 126 of Ain't No Place for a Hero. The party have decided to turn their attention back to Tarak Nev and the secrets it may hold. We pick up the story as our heroes have decided to attempt to sleep the night on top of an old, crumbling ruin in the Ala-Meng, the Green Festa. Hello, I'm Chris, otherwise known as GM Chance, and welcome to our story. And that story is Ain't No Place for a Hero. Hero is indeed the operative word. It's in the title, and these are our 8 heroes. It's a large party, 8 in total. We have 3 players now that are actually playing 2 characters each. So it's quite a busy group. In a second or so, I'm going to hand over to the players to answer a character development question, and then we'll do a recap of the game from last session, and then we're into it. Before I do, 2 very quick things from me. The first is our habitual, absolutely sincerely meant thanks. Genuine thanks for the kind support, encouragement, the people that follow this game. We've got a couple of super fans. Valencia, we know you're going to be listening and watching this, so thank you for your enthusiasm and your kind questions, but thanks to everybody as well for just commenting, showing an interest, asking questions either about the rules or the characters or whatever. This is something that we do for fun. It's our hobby, and the fact that there are other people out there in the world that are enjoying our stories, we think is pretty wonderful. So thank you. What would say to anybody that perhaps has either stumbled on maybe 1 or 2 of these sessions, or maybe this is the very first one you've come across, and you like us, you like the way that we play this game, you like our style, you like the stories that we tell, the silliness that we have, but ultimately the tales that we spin, really would encourage you to give us a like down below, or even better, much better, a subscribe. It really does help the channel grow, and it helps people like you find our stories, find our content. Oh, and tell your friends too. If you are a subscriber and you're enjoying it, and you think, hey, maybe someone I used to play Rolemaster with back in the day might be interested to see a Rolemaster video up online, encourage you to share it with your friends and the people you know. There aren't a lot of Rolemaster videos up online, so perhaps your old buddies from back in the day might enjoy it. And I've just seen Aiden has just joined us. Hello, Aiden.
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Perfect timing.
Wonderful.
Perfect timing.
Excellent.
Perfect timing.
Have we started?
Not yet. I'm just doing the intro,
Oh,
and then we're going to jump in. But no, you're in good time. Brilliant. So look, that's it for me. So sometimes, and it's been our usual style to go to, at this stage, a Oh, sorry, I was going to say there was a second thing I was going to comment on, and that is that if you're maybe reasonably new to this story and you're wondering, hey, where is episode 1? As per that very first video in this playlist, we started playing this game back in July 2020. It's been going 4 years, and back then we weren't filming these episodes. We played online. I think everybody was playing online in 2020, but we only started recording a year and a bit. So there is a huge amount, which has gone on in this game, as you'd imagine. Very, very hard to summarize all of the stuff that's happened, but if you are interested in getting a bit of a sense of what the overarching story is and what these characters have been doing, there are two links. Well, there are two links down below, but there's also, firstly, one of those links takes you to the very first video in this playlist. The other link in the description down in this video takes you to a PDF document. And that PDF document just describes in a bit more information, lots of colourful pictures and stuff, so don't get too afraid, it's not too word heavy, but it just describes a bit more about what the characters were doing before we clicked on the record button. Okay, this time, for sure. So usually, I was saying before, usually we have a pre-recording and we turn to the players with a pre-recording and an intro to their character, and we will go back into to doing that in a bit, but it's just good to kind of shake it up a bit. So instead, tonight we're just going directly to the character development questions, or the questions that are sent out by me as a GM a few days before we play, to spark some interest or delve into a bit of the background or the likes or the dislikes between each of the faces, each of the characters that you can see up on the screen. And tonight we are starting with Pete. Pete, the floor and the microphone is yours.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Great. So the question for Leif, who's the first character I'll be playing tonight, is how does your character handle defeat or failure? Depends on what it is, of course, but usually he will sort of try and fix things up if he needs to. He'll reflect on it and he'll try and to learn from his mistakes. He will as I say, it depends on what it is, but he will turn to other people to help him process, basically. If he needs to make reparations, or if he needs to do better, or he needs healing or whatever, he'll turn to other people. He's a very people-oriented person and is happy to discuss thoughts and feelings, but he's also self-reflective and quite in tune with himself as a person. For Mithan, what place does your character most want to return to? So her happy place is sort of anywhere in the nature. She is a ranger. She likes going out and exploring ecosystems. Well, she doesn't call them ecosystems, but they're called region laws in this game, I believe. Sort of acquiring skills in different regions and different biomes and understanding them. The place of her heart, though, is temperate forest. That's the type of environment she grew up in. So deciduous trees, those sorts of, maybe tending towards evergreen as well. So north, the temperate forests around the North Sea. So nowhere in particular, but just in that environment, and somewhere where that's just her most peaceful place to be.
It's home.
Yeah, it's home.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what you'd think of, I suppose, when the stuff's hitting the fan. That's them. Could we please hear from Graham?
Excellent. Yes, the questions get sent out 2 days in advance, and I look at them roughly 10 seconds before I answer them. Anyway, first off, Neathanol. What cultural... what place does your character most want to return to that they visit on this adventure? I can honestly say none of them. It's been, a bit of a... everywhere they've gone, they've met, injustice and death and torture in some cases, and a lot of people she'd rather not spend time with, pumped up, officials and the well-to-do manipulating people with slaves and all this. I mean, very few places. All I would say is that she would like to go back up north at some point where she's come from. Like Mithan, she does prefer a climate more kind of a less extreme climate, should we say, than the ones that they found each other. Particularly at the moment, not a big fan of swamps. Probably won't want to come back here at any point. Yes. So, turning to Etienne, has your character ever been in love? Well, all the time. Love is not love is all around and other cliches. And he is in love with all sorts of people and places and times. Sometimes fleetingly, sometimes not. But there's no jealousy. There's nothing heart-rendering about it. To him, his heart is open, and to whoever he bumps into, or places, food he eats, or people he meets, whatever it might be, he's open to it, and he's just extremely positive and loving in everything he says. He's just very open to everything that comes his way. So yeah, he falls in love the whole time, but without the downside. He's not exclusive. He's not jealous. He just, people come and go, and that's just the way of things. And he's honest generally about, who he is and what he's about. And that's that.
Cool. Very cool.
So, passing over to Alex.
Thank you. I'm going to play two characters tonight. My girl, Keros, and her lovely cat, Victory. So she's going to answer... what place does your character most want to return to? Maybe death, but we don't know yet. So I'm going to go with when she was a student, she'd like to go back to the Elven School of Magic that she was whisked away to when she was an innocent, and it was all very magical and beautiful and just so different from her provincial upbringing. She's particularly would like to, she has been given some information previously about a friend, in inverted commas, in the Cloud Club, which is a club she was in at school, a magic club. And if you can think of like how cool all the girls are in Gossip Girl, Keros wasn't one of those girls. She wanted to be one of those girls. She was just a beat off, sort of smeared lip gloss, shoelace was always undone, last season's fashions from the op shop. She never quite hit her mark, but she did she did come across some information which was a bit of a betrayal, and I think she would like to go back with hindsight and relive a few interactions with this person. Yeah, or death. I don't know. She doesn't know.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. And you're playing two characters tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up Tarquin for Giles, and hopefully I don't do too badly. I will attempt to answer a question because it kind of came to me straight away, so I hope it's right. I'm going to answer, has your character ever been in love? And I'm going to say yes, he is very much in love with himself. I don't think Tarquin has met a mirror he doesn't like. And I just think he, just has that air of confidence and swagger and coolness that some people just have. And he's, I'm sure we can pass shop windows and see him just pausing for a moment, flicking his hair or straightening his collar. I think he's deeply in love with himself.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to hear what his owner has to say with that, and I personally think you are on the money there. But
okay,
ultimately, let's see what Joel says, because he does listen. He's currently overseas. He does listen to these recordings, so let's see.
I'm waiting for an angry text message.
Excellent, thank you. There is one last player today who I suspect might be munching down some late dinner because he was late to join us this evening because he's had a particularly busy day. Aiden, the floor and the microphone, if you have if you're able to, is yours.
Oh yes, you know me so well. Just slurping down some pasta.
Excellent.
I'm gonna answer first for Gray, which is what cultural practice has fascinated your character the most, and that would be shirts, just fabric on your body. He's not. It's bizarre to him. Why would you not? Why would you want to like not feel nature around you and be at one? You know, he's very strange. Animals don't need to wear clothes, so humans and elves don't need to either, in his opinion.
Excellent.
Just gets in the way of things. And then for Demos, I guess I'll answer, what place would your character most want to return to? I don't know if he'd want to return to a place as much as more of a time. Like, I think if he could go anywhere, he'd want to go back to when he was with his sister.
Mhm.
It's his main goal in life is to find her again. She was kidnapped when they were younger, and he's been searching for her ever since. And yeah, I think he'd just want to be wherever she is, or at least go back to a time when they were safe and together.
Nice. Fantastic. Let you get back to your pasta. Excellent. Well met, one and all. And there they are, gentle viewer and gentle listener, because quite a few people do follow us on particularly Spotify, but also Apple Podcasts as well. Those are the characters up on screen. They are named. They are now known to you. Pete, in the interest of time, can you provide a super duper duper fast, and I'm not going to stick up a lot of images, but just a very quick run through of what happened last session?
Sure thing. So last session we started in the middle of a battle. So we're in the swamp and we're fighting twice living undead zombies, whatever you want to call them. We ended that combat, sort of discovering that we had fought two types: the fast ones that do 2 attacks and cause us to be scared, like we had to resist running away from them, and then the slower ones which seem quite immune to a lot of our weapons. Seems magic weapons are best, and they also regrow very quickly. So those are two categories of zombie. We both effectively dealt with by burning, which is what we subsequently did with the bodies. We had our fire, our night's campfire, and after chopping them up, we burnt them. We finished our rest for the night, and on the next day, we continued to travel down the road. As we were going down the river road, we were looking for boats, and I've got a note here that we found some body parts. Lovely. Here we go. Just like that. So zombies were here, or some creature was here. I think we heard was that when we heard the ghoul clap? I think that might have been the day before. We have since stopped the night again for our night's sleep. We stopped early enough in a place in the ruins of an old, as you can see on screen, an old ruins there. And as we figured that a safest place for us to try and rest would be on the top of one of these ruined walls, which are quite wide, reasonably stable, I think. And we've built our campfire down the bottom, and I think we've slung a rope over it so we could all climb up. And that's where we are.
Perfect. Great summation. I'll just see a smidge more, but that's great, Pete. Any questions from anybody else just before I kick off? Nope. Okay. So just to set the scene again, just to remind you, the river road was or is down here. Came down. You crossed that bridge. There's another body of water down there. You can see it there, very foul, slow-moving water. There's another one, the main body of water, this river that you've been hunting for the sign of any possible boats to take you to on to Aaronmore. Onto Aaronmore. As described, you surveyed this area here. There's a dock goes into the river. There is a mouldering old tower that you were like really mouldering, and it is really decrepit. That you decided probably wasn't a particularly ideal place because bits were falling off it. There's some other ruins or something over here, some more over here as well. But you've elected to. The plan is, and where we begin tonight's session, is with Neathanol. You are on top of the wall. you have indeed lit quite a large fire, and you've attached a rope. You can see it there. It goes down and is affixed to those iron bars, and then the longer side of it dangles down this side here. Neathanel, you're the only one up on top of the wall, so yes, I've placed the other characters up there in anticipation that's where you're wanting to go, and you can describe order, etc. in a second, but at the moment you still need to figure out how to get characters up there. Probably one thing to note, when you arrived the light was like this. Since you've been here, you've never been here too long, it is rapidly fading, and soon it is going to be night. With characters on the ground, what I'd like to know, sorry, just before we start, any last questions based on that? Once, twice. Oh, okay. Let's start the game. We will. Once. There we go. Yeah, what do you do?
Are we all going up top then?
I think so. What was the plan for stoking the fire? I've forgotten.
Someone was just gonna climb down and stoke it, and then go back up again. I think.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see how that works out. Might be worth having a bit of water on the top. We could just chuck it down in if we get desperate, or lower it on the rope and sort of shake it off. Whatever. Yep. Let's. I suggest that we will attempt to climb the rope. Have someone at the bottom with a landing spell ready in case someone fails their maneuver. People who don't feel confident climbing perhaps could get a float spell put on them and they could haul themselves up the rope. How does that sound?
Groovy.
Yep.
Yep.
Love it.
All right. So, in the interests of time, I'm going to ask for everybody to make a climbing maneuver, but only one. Technically, it should be about 4 because it's 40. This piece of stone is 45 foot high, and you typically climb around about 10 foot per 10-second round. We're not going to do a laborious roll for every single one, but I would like to wait and see if anybody fumbles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1 point. So a couple of other questions from me as the storyteller that would be useful to know is you have absolutely made a point of the previous night's camp and on the way down the river road of collecting firewood. I didn't make a great deal about it, but you have been certainly doing that. And very fortunately, the weather has been amazingly dry, and you've actually found a moderate amount. So you actually have a decent amount of firewood. And also what's interesting is when you got here, I didn't mention it last time, but when you got here, there was actually a small pile of firewood ready. And your guides, Pashket and Silsi, have informed you that it's common courtesy amongst the guides to help the next group, whoever that next group is, behind them. So in a second, I'd like to hear kind of what your plan is for firewood, what your plan is for packs, what your plan is for armor. So, for example, Etienne, you're wearing full plate. Demos, you're in leather armor, and some others have armor. What are you doing with that and climbing? What are you doing with weapons and gear? In terms of the width of this, we'd figured out the top of this is just shy of about 6 foot in total in width, maybe a little bit more like 5 foot. So if you look at a door, we're all sitting in a room, and if you look at a door's what, maybe 6 foot. It's not quite the height of a door wide. So could you get 2 people on there to pass each other? Yes, you could. How thrilled you would be on a relatively narrow ledge doing it, I would probably ask for maneuver rolls. But certainly, there's a moderate amount of space up there. So there's a number of kind of questions the GM would like to have in his mind of what's happened. Just before we do, though, I did mention off camera something that I neglected to do when this character, Tarquin, was healed, was roll a permanent damage roll. So Rolemaster is a particularly brutal and unforgiving game. Tarquin, if you may recall, was paralyzed, and he was able to get healed. He healed himself, amazingly. And we didn't roll a permanent injury roll, as we did previously with Keros. Just a simple oversight on my part. Myself and the player, Giles, rolled that online, and I've seen the roll. Happy to say Tarquin is not permanently injured. But, yeah. So, look, a bunch of questions. Please talk me through some of those. Roughly talk me through your plans, basically.
Can I just check with the packs on the top of the wall? I think we should take our packs up, so we've got them up there with us if we need them. Will it be a hindrance to climbing?
With the pack on?
Yep.
Oh God, yes. Don't forget, okay. You've still got something like -30 to encumbrance and manoeuvring, etc. The packs are heavy. They're full of food and oil, unless you leave stuff down below, of course. They're full of food and water and all kinds of things.
On my MacLeod carries them up. If MacLeod's probably got phenomenal skill in climb, if we could just ask her to do a couple of trips with them, or float them up. Yeah.
Or we just hoist them up. Either way.
Oh yeah, that. It's the non-natural way of doing it.
That's right.
I mean, we've got a rope. Etienne's got a rope, so he'll.
Let's attach more ropes for a quick descent if we need to, too.
Let's do that, too.
Yeah.
So he'll use his rope to tie his pack to it, and then the Athenor can hoist that up, and then she'll do that with all the others.
Okay, great. So that's packs, cool. Other things like firewood, armor, weapons, etc., etc., etc. So easiest way to do it is to just go through very quickly through each character and just talk me through. So, Gray and Demos, you're first on my list. What are your thoughts, preparations? What are you aiming to do? Gray, you're munching your pasta, Aiden.
Oh shit! Sorry. I keep forgetting that I'm Demos. He'd want. They both of them would want their packs and their weapons taken up. I'm pretty sure Gray has a rope as well. Yes, he's got a rope. So he would once he got up there, I'm imagining he'll climb. Once his packs are up there, he would attach a rope and put it down for easy access to climb down and for anyone else to climb up as well. And Demos would be looking to climb up too once his stuff is hauled up there as well.
Okay. He is wearing armor, which I will ask him to make a maneuver roll in, and it will be a harder maneuver in his armor. So
he's going to take his time. He's a gentleman. Got to take care of those legs.
Okay, cool. All right, great. So we will. Let's do that right now. So can we please have? As I say, we're definitely not going to go through this for every single character for every single role, because that would require a lot of rolls. But can we please have a climb roll first for Gray? I'm just going to make it a medium climb. I'm just interested in no failures, please, Gray.
Yep. He's rolled a 68.
68, cool. Mark down 4 medium climb maneuvers to get up. Probably be a little bit harder than a medium, but that's all right. And the same for Demos. And Demos takes his armor off or whatever to get up.
He might take off, what's he wearing? He's got a little bit, doesn't he? Where are you, Demos?
Or not. It's less of an issue now. It's whether he has the armor up on the wall is probably what I'm
he definitely wants it up on the wall.
Okay,
sure.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it now, because, let's just get him up.
Okay.
So, cool. No failures. That's what I'm
Oh, he's done a 94. So
Oh,
he's
he's fine.
He's jumped up that wall.
He has. Marked down 4 mediums for him.
Cool.
Great. So he's got all his pack, all his gear. Cool.
Mhm.
Moving down my list, we're just going to rinse and repeat. The next one is Keros. Now, Keros, what is your climb? And bearing in mind you have 1 arm.
Rule. She's a plus 20. You do want the pluses or just the roll? You just want to know if it's a failure.
I'm saying with 1 arm, you can't climb a rope. I can't think if there's any way to climb a rope, unless I'm wrong.
She's got a plus 28.
But she's got 1 arm.
So can't she, like, don't they do that in the Olympics? Like, wrestle themselves? Okay, maybe she'll just fly up.
Am I wrong, guys?
No, you're not wrong.
Leif can float her for 2 power points if that's easier.
Oh, cool. Yes.
Yep.
Could she be
And if
floated?
she could just guide herself up, 1 arm on the rope and legs are wrapped around it, no problem. That's not a biggie.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Is it right, Jim?
Roll for the spell, Pete.
Poor Keros.
52.
52. That is a success. Cool. Keros, you're now up on the wall, and you've taken all your gear up with you. Is that right?
Yes.
Cool. Great.
Thank you.
Next, going down the list is Leif and Tarquin. You're playing Tarquin tonight too. So just give me a climbing roll for Tarquin, please. Just no failures.
Yep. 37.
37. Mark down 4 medium maneuvers for Tarquin, please. Tarquin and all of his gear is now up on the wall. Going down the list, the next is Leif and Mithan.
Same as Grey. So, does Mithan's armor impact her climbing? It's rank 6. It doesn't have a minimum. It doesn't have a maneuver penalty.
No, leather coat. No, it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yep. So just 2 climbing maneuvers, and they'll pull their packs up after them using the super rope. Yep. And attach ropes if they can. Even if it means they have to join. This is Leif. It's 38. That's fine. D and Mithan is 37.
How about that? Cool. Very good. And then last but not least, one-armed Etienne at the bottom, and then your guides. I'll roll for the guides.
First of all, Nath was just going to ask the guides, do undead climb?
Who's she asking in particular?
All of them.
All of them. Pashket looks at Silsi and he says, yes, I have seen some climb quite well. Some don't.
Right. So I guess the question is, we're going to have to leave at least 1 rope dangling because it's supporting. So we can pull 1 rope up, but obviously the one's tied to the grating. So I think what Nathaniel will do is she will inspect the knot that was tied, and she will use her rope mastery and tie it higher up.
Okay. So just to give you a sense of height, where is Tarquin? So that Tarquin's not that tall. You tied it here.
Where?
Here. So it's
okay. All right.
So
okay, all right.
It's out of immediate reach. It's not dangling. That side. It is attached there. Someone could climb up on the grating. Sure.
They could do.
But
can I inspect the knot, please?
Sure. Yeah. I'll give you a rope mastery. Mast rope mastery.
55
Bonus.
plus 66.
She thinks it's pretty sound. Yeah.
Good.
She's
Okay.
Yep. She thinks it's all right.
Okay. So Etienne is got 1 hand and
And an armor.
so he's got and an armor. So that ain't gonna work.
float spell for him.
Is that all right?
Of course. Yep.
Mark off those precious power points.
Who's that? Just fell off the top.
That was Tarquin.
Oh,
Clumsy.
very meaningful roll. 42.
42. Cool. The spell is also successful. I'm going to roll for the three guides to get up. So Etienne, you're now on the top of the wall along with your gear. Well, I guess one thing, we haven't made a great deal about the fact that Etienne has one hand, but he has a prosthetic. He paid a lot of money for it, but basically a prosthetic shield permanently attached to his hand. He needs someone else to help unscrew or unattach the shield, of course. I don't quite know how he wipes his bottom or such things, but maybe we don't need to know. Because it's true. It is a role-playing game. But we haven't made a great deal about it previously, and I'm not going to do it now, but we probably, for future reference, let's start thinking of actually how encumbering that might be in a similar situation. We're not going to dwell on it too much tonight. He only has one hand to work with. My thinking is he is ludicrously strong from memory, correct?
He's quite strong, yeah. 98.
Right. Yeah, he's very strong. Exclamation mark R space 3D100. These are for both your main guide, Pashket, your secondary guide, Siltsi, and your decidedly worried carpenter, Tahoe. Let's see if they make it. Only failures I'm interested in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 3. Pashket has a problem. So as he's climbing up, I'm going to roll a roll for Pashket, exclamation mark R space D100. A low result means it was very close to the ground when he had his little issue. A high result means that it was higher up when he had his problem. Why didn't that work? Exclamation! Because I typed a 1. Exclamation mark R space D100, human error. 45. So he's up about 20 foot when Pashket has an issue. Rolling again for him. I'm not going to keep rolling in the chat. Oh, it's 15. It actually isn't going to be that serious. 3 minus 15 is a negative 12. Even with that, he only makes minimal progress. I will roll one more time for Pashket. There's an 83. He's up. However, in this game, because it's Rolemaster, and you never know, your lead guide could have, in that situation, fallen off and broken his neck, and you could be minus guide. Didn't happen, but it could have happened. Right. So, as I understand, in a minute we're going to go to order on top of this thing. So have a think about where you'd logically be placing yourself. Other than the rope here tied up at this level here, any other preparations I need to know?
So
we chop that plant.
Yep.
Potential place to people for things to climb if we chop that. If someone, oh no, not that plant, the one dangling down.
Oh. Yes, you could. Yep.
Sorry, Graham.
It's all good. And I think we'd put some firewood by the fire, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But maybe also Nathanor will come down and put some in a bag and climb back up with some as well. So if they wanted to light a fire for whatever reason up there, they could.
Mm-hmm.
They chose to, and put that right on the end. And I guess she'll keep the fire going for 4 hours of the night. She'll take the first shift.
Yep.
And she will scoot down. She can actually fall. Acrobatics falls 1 foot per skill level, 14 foot. She also has adrenal landing. So could fall 39 feet as well. So quite a long way, actually.
Yep.
But she also,
She is good.
hey,
Yeah, she's fine.
I got it falling over. I think, but she will take the rope. She may as well, rather than risking a roll. But she will take the rope each time anyway.
Cool.
But she would appreciate someone kind of looking out while she does that.
Cool. Done.
If there's another elf who's awake.
So
Leif can do that, and he's got a landing spell in pace.
Cool.
So, bearing in mind you've got packs, you've got lots of food and other stuff up there, it is getting quite cramped. So the amount of woods that you're able to take and fit up there would be probably enough for a couple of hours, but it's not a massive supply of wood. You do definitely have the main stash of wood down here. In terms of the order, I just placed them randomly up there. I put Demos here, Etienne here, Mithan here, Neathanel here, Tarquin there, Hashket, Silsey, Grey, Keros, Leif, and Tahoe. Any changes to that?
I think whoever can cast fly spells should probably be in the middle, and float and all that sort of stuff.
So that's Leif and Keros.
And Grey can also do that too.
And then I think Neathanel will prepare a second rope down the other side of the wall, also tied down to the bottom, but not draped, so it can be dropped.
Okay.
If necessary. In fact, she will pull up the rope every time she comes up as well, so they won't leave a rope draping. If that makes sense.
Okay. Yes, got it. Okay. So we now have Demos, Etienne, Mithan, Neathanel, Keros, Leif, or pick up in a minute, Pashket, Silsey, Grey, Tarquin, Tahoe.
So Neathanel can look after herself. So I think the armored people probably closer to in. So I think Etienne would rather go closer in because he's going to need assistance. Probably Demos too, right? So we don't want them on the end. Whereas Neathanel was okay far away from the spellcasters.
So Neathanel there, for example?
Yeah.
Cool. And so Neathanel there. Next is Etienne?
No, Etienne closer to the other spellcasters, so that right on the other side. So the heavier people in the middle, I suggest, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So start at this end, perhaps. Tahoe, Tarquin, then Grey.
Can we switch those around, please? Don't think we want Tahoe by himself on the end.
Okay.
No. He's a bit wobbly.
Oh, right. So Tarquin here. Tarquin, Tahoe, Grey, Silsey.
Well, Silsey can probably come out of there and go down with the other guides, right?
You tell me.
Well, I think move the guides along to the other end, don't you think?
Sure. Yep.
Get the armored people next.
Okay.
So next to Grey.
So Etienne next to Grey.
Yeah, and Demos, I'd suggest. Don't you reckon, Aiden?
Where's the best place to put? Yeah, I'm just wondering where the best place to put Keros is so that she's protected too.
Keros, can you, if things go to shit, can you fly or anything?
Yep, I can fly.
Oh, it doesn't really. Yeah, so that doesn't really matter so much.
Okay. So Tarquin, Tahoe, Grey, Pashket. You want a Silsey down here, I think. And then, what, Etienne there?
Etienne next to Grey, and then Demos.
Etienne next to Grey. Grey is down here.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. And then Demos.
Yeah. So put the guides down the other end.
Okay. Neathanol, Mithan, Keros, Leif, Demos, Victory, Etienne, Grey, Silsi, Pashket, Tahoe, Tarquin. Cool,
So is
done.
that all right, guys? So if things goes to shit and we need to get off of this wall in a hurry, what's our plan?
Those who are near a rope and can climb get down. Otherwise, people will get flown or floated as quick as possible.
Yeah.
So you said there was another rope. Where? Other side.
Yeah.
Near the guide, other arch.
Okay, down here. Okay.
Down there.
So down, what? Call it here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so take your point that it's pulled up and it's attached, similar to the other one. Cool. All right.
By the way, there's water off at the other end of the arch, isn't there?
Yes.
Do we know how deep that is?
No.
No. Pretty mucky, is it? Okay.
Okay. Packs are up. People are ordered. And you
So
do what?
So just a quick conversation. If we need to get off the wall for whatever reason, that probably means the wall's falling over. So we probably don't want to assemble quite so close to the wall. We pick an assembly point that we can all head to and group together, right?
Good idea.
So probably further into the courtyard. Could you back up a bit, Chris? How about that corner there that's got the corner wall that we might kind of assemble around?
Yep.
With the arches.
And then sort of fight in a semicircle away from that,
That's in that direction, and how about something like in the other direction too, just in case the wall falls.
Yes.
Yeah. Can we see what's on the other side of the wall, please? And that's one. Oh, there's that. Oh, that's the pier. Oh,
Want to go on the pier?
I don't know. That's a restricted. So we'd go up the shore from there. Yep. Okay.
How about between those two palm trees?
Yep.
There.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not water, is it? No. Yeah. Yep, that looks like
Okay. Evacuation points.
What on
That's
earth
right.
would you,
We'll point our emergency exits.
what on earth would you need those? All
We've
right.
met you before.
Yeah.
That's not a plan.
And by the time this all takes quite a long time, you've stoked up the fire, and it is actually quite large. It's probably a bit bigger than, not probably, it is a bit bigger than that. You don't want to use up all your fuel. You're confident there is enough fuel to get you through the night. But it's now well and truly night by the time you get up. It's dark. And this horrendous jungle, this is your second night here, which you're now all thoroughly hating, seems to just descend in around you. What are you doing? What are your preparations? What's your plans for the evening?
Well, last time our friends we had welcomed guests earlier in the evening, so I guess we wait for them to come along and see what the reaction is. So no, I don't think anyone's off to bed quite yet.
Okay.
So I guess we wait and see would be
Okay.
a suggestion. If everyone's okay.
Okay. So
Do you think we should lie prone?
Wouldn't hurt. Oh, they're going to know where we are anyway, aren't they?
Or do they sniff us?
Yeah.
the fire
yeah.
will tell them where we are.
The fire is a giveaway.
Well, I think that our presence is the giveaway. From what the guides had said. So, yeah.
do you speak? Do you chat? If so, what do you talk about? Any discussion, questions, whatever?
Ghost stories.
Ghost stories.
I I don't know. What do I want to chat about?
Perceptions.
Yeah, perceiving.
Yep.
In 360 perceptions.
Okay.
Pick a point, cardinal point each along the row, and all look out and perceive in those directions.
Okay. All right. So you're peering out into the night when down the far end, at least from most of you, apart from Tarquin, there is some reasonably harsh words, and you hear Tahoe sobbing. And Tarquin and Grey, you're closest to the action, and both Silsi and Pashket, Tahoe said something in M.E.R.P, and Pashket and Silsi kind of looked incredulous at him, and then started berating him.
Etienne, if it will, be jolly, and sort of say, "Everything okay, fellas? It's not all that bad as that. It's quite good to be off the swamp floor. You guys okay? Can I get you anything to eat?"
There's some more muttering, clearly some harsh words between all three. Tarquin, you can see that Pashket, who's in the middle, appears to be... Yeah, he's not looking great. He kind of... You can see by the limited... there's a moderate amount of light that Pashket kind of pulls himself together, and he shouts a bit because you're way down the line down... Oh, no, you're here, Etienne. He says, thank you, Master. No, I have my food here. A pretty cold dinner, you're gnawing on bits of meat and cheese and things like that, sitting on top of a wall in the swamp. You've had better evenings. But Pashket says, Carpenter Tahoe has just told us something that he's only just now remembered.
What was
it
that?
might have been better had he remembered it when we were on the ground.
What's up?
Tahoe doesn't say anything. Pashket continues. He says, so Tahoe is not a guide. This is kind of the first time you've picked up. Tahoe's generally been quite deferential. He's certainly always been deferential to you, and he's always been quite quietly spoken and quite kind. But you can actually, first time you see, other than when he was attacked 2 days ago by the creatures on the dock, Pashket says he is not a guide, but he has heard from other guides, so he says. He can't be absolutely sure, but he thinks that some of the other guides were telling tales, yes, over drinks. Maybe they were just trying to scare him. But tales that some of the twice living can fly.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure the chances of them coming tonight would be really slim. That would involve some sort of, nefarious intelligence at work.
Surely.
Yes, quite.
Well, if they come along, we'll have to get down quite sharpish. So, I think we would probably have to, those that can fly, and possibly those who fly can hack swords at the same time, do that. And then those that can climb, slide down the ropes, and those who can't, float down.
Good.
So I guess those who aren't casting would be firing as best they can, or batting those off, but I suggest we keep a look in all directions, including up.
Yes, says Pashket, and kind of stares a withering glance at Tahu, who kind of has his head down. He's really not enjoying his holiday. Pashket turns and says further down the line, you were asking questions before about our homeland. Can we help with any more information? We're happy to share, of course. We didn't get much of a chance to discuss last night.
Oh, I'd love to hear more about your background in the homeland. I don't know much about this part of the world, and yeah, I'd love to.
What's in particular? We've never been.
What this place holds, the significance this place holds in your culture and this area of the world, and the battles that have taken place here, and what relations your people have to those, and anything about this place is useful and interesting to me.
He kind of puffs up his chest a little bit. He said, we ruled these jungles, we M.E.R.P, we sons of the soil. At least once we became the M.E.R.P, and once Tarak Nev and Aranmore became ours. Prior to that, our ancestors, many hundreds, thousands of years ago, just simply lived on the island of Aranmore, before Tarak Nev was even considered a city. But Tarak Nev at its prime, or so say the old ones, so say our legends, it was mighty. We this road, this river here was our road, and down to Port Vestilis and up right all the way around the Sea of Fire. It was ours, and we were prosperous for a time, particularly once the swamp road connected us up with Landana. Yes, we were. Our ancestors, our great-great-great-grandfathers, had a good life here, and they were masters and mistresses of their own destiny. All that now, of course, is gone.
I think Victory would like to smooch on over to Tahoe for some kitty cat cuddles.
Okay.
If he likes cats, maybe lick the tears and
do
some smooching.
Yeah, he does. He seems quite appreciative of that, and just kind of absent-mindedly pats the cat. Yeah, Pashket sighs. And falls silent.
So well, that's interesting. So presumably the twice living were not here then.
Oh. I mean, the jungle has always been dangerous. It's had gatsmouths and it's had gorkats, of course, and there are orcish tribes, swamp orcs, that used to exist here, or so our ancestors say. Also, garks as well. Horrible garks, horrible white-skinned, white-furred creatures, although their fur turns almost greenish in the slime. So the Ala-Meng was always dangerous, of course, but and there are places in the Ala-Meng that forever you would never go. That are genuinely evil and have always been. But the arrival of Scarthus 250, 300 years ago corrupted everything in the jungles and the rivers. Turned the fish evil. Turned the very bugs themselves, and with it he kind of swats an insect bad. No, the twice living were not here. They were gifts from Scarthus, that thrice accursed bitch for Ramaver.
And these other creatures are what you mentioned, the ducks and the what were the other two?
Oh,
the
swamp
something gas base or something. What was it?
gas mouths.
Gas mouth. What are they, and how do we tackle them if one shows up?
You run if you see a gas
right.
mouth. Gas mouth is a huge creature, easily 15, maybe 20 foot long, and they breathe a toxic fume that is poisonous, and it's one of the ways that they're not especially fast, but they poison their victims, and they are hugely aggressive. You typically hear them coming, although sometimes when they're basking in the mud and you stumble across them, that's when they're most dangerous.
Right.
But they are truly vicious. Huge claws, massive teeth, but their breath in particular is horrendous.
And if one comes along tonight, what's the scenario there then?
Be at peace with your gods.
Right. But I mean, after that.
Well, they are truly bloodthirsty. They will fight to the end, and they will hunt down their prey, and they seem to have a particular thrill of slaying anything that they come across. Unlike the Gorkats, who can be driven off, the Gorkats are vicious, and they're very, very sly hunters, but they tend to pick off only one or perhaps two people, and will turn if they're shown a strong enough force and flee, but not a gas mouth. Gas mouth will just keep coming.
And how big is a gas mouth? And do they like pushing over walls?
Oh yes, as mentioned, they're about 20 foot long, and they withstand probably at least 10, if not 15 foot high sometimes, the really big ones. Generally, the ones that are smaller, maybe only 7 or 8 foot tall.
So if one of those showed up down there, would we be safe up here?
Maybe. I hope so.
Right. So you don't think it'd be able to push over the wall or anything?
I don't know, says Tahoe, and all of a sudden,
A gas
Are they
mouth.
flammable?
They're flammable. Yeah, like their breath.
all of the
Light that
insects,
gas up.
as per the previous night,
There we go.
stop.
Start prepping. Prep.
And from out of the gloom and the slime, you hear these now quite familiar and terrible noises. And shambling out of the slime, and the mist and the fog are shapes. Many shapes. And you see them coming towards the wall. And then they see you. And they start to run. And we go into rounds. And may your gods be with you. Says Patch Cat. Initiative. Does anybody have a spell ready? I would have given you 2 rounds of prep when those horrible sounds started. Obviously, arrows on the string. If anybody wants an arrow on the string, please tell me. And Mithan, sure.
Sorry, can I ask a dumb question quickly?
Yep.
So Demos has throwing spears.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have like a bunch of spears that he can just throw, or is it just one spear that he can throw and then go pick up?
Yep.
Okay, cool. He's not going to do that. Great.
Don't get it.
So that's 50 for initiative for Mithan. Anybody else that I should be aware of?
Tarquin will have his bow.
Tarquin will have his bow, so that's 50 for Tarquin. Yep.
And Karis will be ready to cast.
Okay, cool. Now no one's parrying, I take it, because there doesn't appear to be anybody to parry. Alright, and we're off. Mithan.
Cool. She is looking for a target. I mean, she realizes that we might be safe up here, but she's going to be looking for a target of a fast-running one.
Okay.
She realizes the slow ones, her bow is not good against the slow ones.
Mhm.
She's not sure about the fast-moving ones.
Okay.
If one comes into her range, she would like to take a shot just to test the waters.
Cool. So, there are shapes out there. I am gonna ask at least. So, you can see, at least for humans, the firelight clearly extends kind of around here, and you've got reasonably good vision for humans in this area. Elves, it's a bit further out, and half-elves, it's a bit further out. You would need a perception roll at this stage to spot a target. You can see shapes out there, but do you have a clear target? So give me a perception roll, please, Mithan.
Can I double check if she doesn't see a target now, but one later in the round, she can, and one moves into firelight, she could then take her shot as well? It's
Yes.
50% action. Yep, she'll do that then. Thanks. Oh, man!
What was the roll?
98.
98? Cool.
No, what a that is the attack.
What a shame. What's her skill?
Her perception is 83.
Yeah. She thinks she sees one here. You can the range is about 85 feet. You can take the shot if you wish, Mithan, but it's hard for you to see. So I would give you a negative 20 on this roll.
No, she's happy to wait. Waiting also helps her see if it's a fast-moving one.
Okay.
And she knows she's supposed to be targeting fast-moving ones, so no, she's happy to take a shot later.
All right.
Get closer.
Cool, done. Next up is Tarquin. Here. That's you, Alex.
Yes, sorry. And we do leave and fire.
Sorry, your mic's just a bit hard to hear. Can you change it?
Do a 10%.
No. I can't hear you. Your mic. Something happened to your mic.
How about now?
You're better, but I don't. You were crystal clear earlier on. You're now harder to hear, but I can hear you.
Do you want to come back to me and I'll do it?
What? Sorry.
Come back to me.
Okay. I'm getting an echo as well. So okay. Did you change your mic? Okay. I will come back to Alex. Neathnal.
She's preparing.
Yep.
Continuing to prepare and using the remaining 10% to perceive.
Cool.
And she's looking for, I guess, maybe a group of targets if possible. But
Okay.
just yeah.
Give me a perception roll, please.
Uh, 53 plus 82.
53, 82. Yeah, you see. You're aware at least of these 2, 3 rapidly approaching where you're standing.
And what would I estimate the distance to be away from her?
So, any particular? Well, there's 3 of them that she's seen.
Yeah, roughly.
Which one is she interested in?
Oh, the furthest, and then I'll know.
Okay. Some bit like Methane, some 85 foot.
Okay. What does it take to cast again? Oh, I should know that, shouldn't I? God.
75.
75. Okay.
75. 75.
75. Okay. Let me just have a quick look. I think she might have a quick cast. Yeah, that kind of thing. And what is the rough distance between the 2 extremes?
Between,
i.e. the left one to the right one?
So it's 29 or so foot. No, it's that's about 35 foot.
Okay. So you'll wait a bit. I think she'll look to cast next round.
Done. Thank you. Alex, any further joy with your microphone?
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes. Yeah, I was trying to try my wireless ones, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Tarquin, so he's got a missile weapon, which is 50%, but he will need to perceive first, I'm guessing. He can't see anything.
Correct.
So he'll do a 30% perception, please.
Done. Give me a roll.
Yeah. $89.
And perception's very good. It's 98, I think.
You'll know better than me. Perception. Oh, I can never read these forms under pressure. Oh, where is it? General. Oh, it's my perception. Where's general?
Yeah, it's 98, I'm pretty sure.
General perception's 93. I should have gone with 98.
93.
But yeah.
Okay, 93. Cool. Yeah, he sees a figure looming out of the dark down here. That's it.
You reckon he can fire at that distance?
Yep. That is a range of 78 feet.
He has a short bow, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the range. Do I have a chart for that? Is that a good range?
That's neither a positive nor a negative.
Okay, he'll let fly.
Okay. Cool. Give me a roll.
Yeah.
Just stand a sec. I just want to set this up.
Gee, that heartbeat really gets me going in these scenes. I feel pressured to read the form. Where is it? Where's the number?
Make your shots. It's with a short bow. Give me a roll, please.
Yep. 16. 16.
6.
And skill.
76, I believe.
Oh, pressure, short bow. short bow. Is 71. I should be going with your call.
Okay. I think it might be an old sheet you got, but never mind.
Okay.
Tarquin, mark off an arrow. Your arrow goes sailing off into the gloom. You don't think you hit anything.
Okay.
From further off, down this way, you all hear the following. Sound like something big.
Don't tell me. A gas face.
Next up. Tahoe is curling up and what's Tahoe doing? Oh yeah, Tahoe's having none of this. He throws himself down on the top of the rock wall. Silsey has his bow. Does he see anything? He does. And Silsey takes a shot at what did I say it was? Number 7. Cool. No, he doesn't. He rolled a 2. Yeah, you hear from down the end of the line what you're assuming some very, very, very bad words in M.E.R.P. Yeah, this thing staggers its way out and into the firelight, and I'm gonna ask everybody at this stage. I'll ask everybody who's had their turn and then on their turn, because you can now all see it. It's now illuminated. You can even see it. It's illuminated by the fire, and it is utterly, utterly loathsome. Oops. And it just fills you with pure, unmitigated terror. You're going to start already. Both Niathanal, Mithan, Tarquin, and various others have already had a go this round. We'll start with Niathanal. We'll just go down the line, and then we'll go down everybody whose turn it is next. Just 1 second while I bring up my resistance roll sheet. It is... Okay. This is based on fear, and Niathanal, you're now 10th level. Give me a roll, please.
68 plus 3.
Okay. Plus 3.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to, but you stand your ground, Niathanal. You are okay. Mithan, you've already acted. Same for you, please.
Sure. Oh, the rolling bit. She rolled a 65.
And what level is she?
She is 9th.
Cool.
And her self-discipline is plus... Oh, sorry, was it self-discipline?
Fear. So, yeah, it'll be...
Oh, fear. Sorry.
Yep.
Plus 10. Yep.
10. Like Niathanal, horrible, but you hold true. Keros will come to you on your turn. Ditto for all of these characters down here. Silsey, how does Silsey do? With an 82, he's fine. Tahoe managed to roll a 97. Good lad. That's 76.
Oh, he's not looking, right?
Yeah, he's probably not. And Tarquin as well. You're furthest away, Tarquin, but I'd still like you to give me a roll.
Sure thing. It is 13. That's not lucky, is it?
And what level is Tarquin?
I think he's 8.
Okay, and what's his fear, please? So
Is it on the front sheet?
So you'll see disease.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
plus 5.
It's 5. So minus 13. It's 8. Right, minus 13. Okay. So Tarquin, you really want to be brave. You really, really, really want to be brave. But this thing, yeah, this this thing don't let you be brave. Let's just have a look. Yeah. You didn't lose control of your bodily functions. You're okay, but you're pretty damn scared. You may operate at 75% activity. Basically, all actions suffer a negative 25. And you may make another resistance roll. Oops. Okay. Perhaps later on. But at the moment, Tarquin, you are quaking, and it's hard to get control of your composure. You can still act. You're not running in fear. You haven't had a heart attack. But you are... This thing is terrifying you, even at that distance away. And you will be operating at negative 25 for all you... Well, no, sorry. You have a 75% activity. Basically, you spend 25% of your time quaking in fear. You're not happy with this. Okay. Grey, I'd like you to do the same resistance roll, please.
Will do. 86.
86. Grey, you are fine. You've seen these before last night. No big deal. Yes, they're horrific, they're terrifying, but you have composure of yourself. It is your turn, Grey.
Well, after hearing that loud noise of some kind of beast, he'd quite like to start preparing.
Sure.
And he's just gonna have his shield up in case he needs any protection from anything coming at him from any kind of direction.
Cool.
Let's ask now. Can Mithan have a go at the guy that's in the light?
Yes. Yep. Give me a shot. The distance, hang on, I'll just calculate. Oh, no, the range is +0. Give me a roll, please.
Cool. 34.
34. Mithan, number 7. 34. And can you confirm her bow skill, please?
113.
Okay. Wallop. The arrow... Whoa, just heard myself in the background there. You do 17 in the sea. Sea crush, Mithan. Your weapon hits home. Your bow hits home. Give me a roll, please.
Oh, an arrow doing a crush. Not going to complain.
Oh, no. Tell you why. Good point. They do sometimes, but I actually did have it on the wrong one.
Oh.
I'm
not sure if any particular critical is better on these guys. Probably crush would be better than.
Probably would, but it is a puncture, of course. Yep. What's the sea puncture, please?
Ooh, 69, dude.
69. You hit its neck area. Add plus 15 to your next shot. That again, had this thing been alive, that would have stalled it. That would have done something to it. Your arrow is sticking out of its neck, Mithan, and it keeps coming. This one here. Moves into the firelights as well. Not going to ask for a fear roll for this one. It's similar to the other one. It looks like this. Absolutely loathsome, reeking bits of flesh coming off it. Just foul. Next up is Silvioross.
Can she see any of them with her normal eyes?
Yes, she can. She can see both this one and this one.
She'd like to... So 2 rounds prep,
Yep.
I think. She'd like to fire a shock bolt at the closest one, please.
This one here. And Silvioross is... there. It'll be... yeah. Neither a bonus nor a plus. Hope keeping track of those PowerPoints. Here we go on a roll of that one. It's the same one that's got Mithan's arrow sticking out of her neck. Give me a roll, please. Make it good.
4.
4 is not good. I'm pretty sure that is a spell failure.
Not even plus 103?
Sometimes you just get if it's a very low roll. Yep, that's a spell failure. So on a shock bolt against this critter's armor, you would be, if you rolled anything less than a 20. Oh no, sorry. Only an unmodified is a failure. Only an unmodified is a failure. You're absolutely a 1 or a 2. No, you're right. So a 4 plus your bonus of
103.
103. You are absolutely lucky on that, Silvioross. Yes. You do it 8 in an E electricity, Silvioross, and it sounds like this.
So cool.
Give me a roll, please.
35.
35. You should have done it more damage, actually. You really should have. Like, that really should have done it some more damage. You do it another 2 hits.
No.
Had this thing been human, it should have stopped in its tracks ages ago. Next up is Leif.
Does Leif do a fear roll?
He does, thank you. Give me a roll, please.
Great. There's a 4.
4. That is a failure. Roll again, please, Leif.
But he's brave. and a 46.
46, modified by his fear skill or fear abilities.
A massive +1. I'm just glad it's not a minus, actually. And he's level 8, if that helps.
26. Negative steer difference of 60. Leif, severe failure. You are paralyzed with fear. You are absolutely rooted to the spot. You can perform no voluntary actions while in the state. Future RR versus this particular attack, it's this one here I'm going to say that caused you, have a negative 10 until such time as a successful resistance roll against this one is made. And I'll tell you again when you can make it. You are just petrified with fear. You just stop and stare.
Me squeak. To sort of pass that message on to others, or I suppose they see he's rigid. With
Nah, I'm going to say he's just out of it. Leif, you're out of the fight for the foreseeable. Okay. This time it's from behind you. Next up. Okay. And then you hear a different noise, also from behind you. And again. Definitely behind you. Hashket. Further down the line, sees this one in the light. It's got Mithan's arrow sticking out of it, so it's slightly easier to see. And Pashket takes a shot. That's also the one that Keros blasted. Not going to give him a flank. He's using his composite bow. Yeah, not a great roll by Pashket, and you see it's Mithan actually, and the arrow just kind of skitters off into the undergrowth over here. He misses. Demos.
Hello.
What do you do?
His spear is not long enough to get anyone down there, so he is keen to do lots of perceiving and to kind of check if there's anything coming from above that he can stab, and just in case.
So he's looking above him, and he's looking... Yep, so he's looking above. Anywhere else? Anything else?
He's wanting to do 50% and then 50% parry with the rest of it, if he needs to.
Okay, so on the back of he gets plus 20 to this roll because he's using 30% as the max, and he gets plus another 20 on top of that for the roll.
Yep.
And he's looking up particularly, correct?
Yes. He
Cool.
wants to know if there's anything coming from above.
Sure. Cool. Give me a roll, please.
Where's Wingy?
I haven't heard about Wingy. Yeah.
He rolled a 23.
Thank you. On Gray's turn, you can answer that.
I'll have a think.
And what's Demos's perception, please?
His perception is plus 50.
Plus 50. Cool. He's human, so his eyesight's not amazing. He has a look up around him. He doesn't see anything up in the trees. He is now aware of, however, glancing down, because he's aware of at least that many shapes rapidly approaching and more coming behind them.
Okay.
That's what he got on his perception. Nothing above him, directly above him. And he's parrying, ready to parry with the remaining 50. Yep. Cool. Next up is... and another horrendous scream from behind you, as well as the ones coming in front. Etienne Gilderflower.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
I think he'd like to cast.
Done. Give me a roll. He said 2 rounds prep.
2 or 3?
2.
95.
Nice roll. The spell absolutely goes off.
And you'll have to excuse me, I'm not exactly sure how this works, but basically repel undead 5.
Got it.
Which is a 100 feet
Yep.
range.
Yep.
So obviously aimed at those within 100 feet.
Got it. Yep.
Do you want me to read it?
Yes, please. I think I do know how it works, but talk me through it.
I'm reading Repel Undead 1, obviously, which is the same, except it affects 5 points of undead.
Yep.
Causes undead to flee or disintegrate. All undead have a class assigned to them. The spell will affect 1 point of undead class.
Yep. Yep.
Or 5 in this case. Animated dead are treated as class 1. And they are not entitled to an RR. They automatically disintegrate if the spell does not fail. Creatures and monsters provide complete descriptions of the different types of undead. Each target is entitled to an RR. If the target, apart from those mentioned, if the target fails by less than 50, it will flee. If it can't flee or remain motionless, if the target fails by more than 50, it disintegrates.
Oh.
1 base roll is applied to all targets. For the purposes of roll RRs, if no class is given for an undead, use the following table to determine its class.
Got it. So I know exactly what that means. Different types of undeads exactly have a different class, as just described. I know what in preparation for exactly this moment, I have the classes to hand. You are within 100 foot easily. That was a really good roll. Your choice of who you kind of target, kind of initially, first 2 or 3 targets that you first target first off, kind of like sleep, and then you could point to other targets that the effect might wash over onto others. If that makes sense.
Yeah, so the one, I guess one that hasn't been noticeably walloped.
This one.
Would
So
be good.
this one's had 3 shots on it so far.
Do I know which one's scared people?
It's this one.
Well, I'll start with that one then.
Okay, done. Brilliant. And it's 5, is that right? A maximum of 5? Undead.
Yeah.
Undead 5. Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Lovely. And you rolled a whopping 95. That's actually the best result you can get. The range for Etienne may affect... Where is he? He's here. Let's see what that is. So that guy... 49. How about that? At a 50 or above, you have a penalty. That's at 49. You're good, Etienne. You're very good.
So it's 100 feet, I think.
No,
the spell.
no. I understand that it goes 100 feet, but
Ah.
there are penalties if you're over a certain distance. Yes, you can definitely cast up to 100 feet. Okay. So, crunch time. Your level is what, please, Etienne?
7, I think, or is he 8? I can't remember. 7.
7. Cool. Right. This one here, with an arrow sticking out of it and a lightning bolt skewered on it. There is this. What's a good noise? Just a. And this thing disintegrates. It's no longer there.
Hurrah!
Nice work, Etienne. That is killed. Second level. The spell wafts over. Unfortunately, I think this one will have. Where are you? You're here. Oh no, maybe not. No, that one's alright. Is that one alright as well? No, 54. You will have a negative on that one. Are there any others out there? Yeah, that's your closest. You can try for this one, but we'll have a negative 10 because you're just a little bit further away.
All right.
Cool. This is where having a holy warrior comes into its own.
Obviously, he's mumbling as he does this.
He actually got the most effective result he possibly could. He can't get any better than what he rolled, actually. So mumbling, etc. Yeah, not even necessary. The critic can still beat it, but 70. He's 7th level. Alright, it's got to roll that or better. That was a mammoth roll. And the other one is it turns and flees. Is that right?
If it's not by more than 50, yeah.
So this one here didn't like that at all, and doesn't because it's moved this round, but it takes a few steps backwards and looks as though it's about to flee in terror. Nice work, Etienne. That is your round.
And while he does that, he says, "Trample and burn this abomination, tear away the enchantment from these lifeless husks. Teach the world that a malediction attends those that violate the territory of the heart. To unclouded glory, friends, for love, for peace, and most, for life."
I'm going to say that deserves a... And nice work, Etienne. But they keep coming. There we go. You know, I missed one. shambling out of the darkness. More and more of them. And another one. Another. This one now moves up into the firelight as well. And this one moves forwards also into the firelight. That is the end of the round. Rolling initiative for next round, taking off the bonus for both Mithan and Tarquin. Tell me if there's any changes. Write down any. Write down any. Oh no. Cool, and we're off. Oh no, Grey made his resistance roll. Did Demos make his resistance roll last time? No. Thank you. Is there any character that didn't make the resistance roll last time?
Let me see.
Sorry, did you mean anyone who failed or anyone who didn't?
Anybody who didn't roll it last time.
Oh.
Etienne didn't roll.
Okay, cool.
I wonder if Eros did.
Okay, we'll do those characters then. So first, starting with Demos. Should have done it before characters acted, but never mind. Got a freebie. What was the roll, please, Demos? Hello, Demos.
Oh, sorry. Keep forgetting. I am also Demos. 29.
29 was the roll. And what level is Demos, please?
He is level 8.
8, okay. And what's his fear skill? Or fear ability, I should say.
+7.
+7. Demos, you stand firm. Just. You're a bit wobbly, but just.
Wobbly on those legs.
He is wobbly on those very nice legs. Keros, you got a free attack last time. Let's see whether you resisted this terror that's in front of you. Give me a roll, please. Your 9th level.
Yes. Sorry about that. I
That's
forget
all right.
I'm playing 2 characters.
That's right.
38.
38. And what is her ability to face terror?
Yeah. Oh, +13.
+13. Again, she's not thrilled about being here. Victory really isn't thrilled, and is now hiding around Silsey. But Keros is okay. And then lastly, I think was Etienne, correct?
Yep.
Give me a roll, please.
83.
83. Etienne is absolutely fine. Stands firm. So for the immediate future, all of you are okay except for Leif, who is paralyzed, and Tarquin, who's on 75% action. Next round. Sorry?
Can I double check? Is because the one that was scaring Leif is gone, does the fear stop?
No.
Oh, okay. My bad.
It's carried over from, it's not just one, it's a mixture of them all. I'm not going to roll every single time one of these things shows up, because we'll be here all night. But no, if you have no more of these exact things around you, Leif would be okay. But there are lots more of these exact things around you. But nice try, Pete. Silsey rolled a 78. He is fine. First actor this round is Niathanal.
She'd like to. I think she'd like to cast. Just checking who's how many of them within 100 feet radius?
She is right on the end. That's 100 foot out to there. So all of them.
Okay. So she'd like to cast.
Sure. She's prepared 3 rounds.
$96.
Nice rolling. What's so the spell absolutely goes off. I don't know what the spell is, but we're going to do a different spell. We're going to do this spell.
So she's looking for a bunch of them within a 20 feet radius.
Okay. So call it
So
those.
if you took a midpoint between those.
Yep. So those 3. Oh, there. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
20 foot. Yeah, that's 20 foot. Yeah, that's 20 foot. That's 20 foot. Yeah, all right. Yeah, those 4. Yeah, so there.
Caster Cyclonic Blast. Caster shoots forth a ball of compressed air that bursts on reaching its target, attacking everybody within 20-foot radius. Results are determined on the cold ball attack table. All criticals are impact criticals.
Wow. Okay. So, cold ball attack table. And you're on a 96?
Yep.
Nice. Sorry, can you just read that one more time?
Sure.
Slow?
Cyclonic Blast.
Yep.
Caster shoots forth a ball of compressed air that bursts on reaching its target, attacking everybody within a 20-foot radius. Results are determined on the cold ball attack table, and all criticals are impact criticals.
Okay, done. Cool. So we'll start off with number 5. Now, you don't have a skill in directed spells, so you don't get a bonus for this, but it is just the attack roll. But the attack roll was very, very good. It was a cold ball. It's a good spell. Range, you're fine for the range, and the result and the roll was a 96. It was a 96, wasn't it?
Yep.
You had... Yes, hang on. Cold ball. Yeah, only goes up to... Only goes up to 100 on that. I've never actually done open-ended on cold ball. We're just going to stick with... I'm not sure if you can do open-ended. You must be able to.
I'll have a look about
Yeah.
spell. Shall I?
I don't think you... Well, I always say play in the favour of the character. I don't think you can open-ended on a... Hang on, let me just... Be in spell law, Pete.
Yeah.
How dare you roll such a good roll, Graham? Base attack spell. Resistance. Elemental. Love it if you could find it for me, Pete.
You're faster than I am. What page is that? You're ahead of me by that much.
Page 40.
Oh, 40? Oh, okay. Well. Yeah, I do.
An unmodified roll by a 96 to 100 for area spells cold balls. Unmodified roll. If an unmodified model is not indicated, then roll a...
As treated as 0. Modified elemental attack roll is greater than 95 for an area elemental attack spell is treated as 95.
Right, there we go. So,
if the modified
this is
elemental attack roll is greater than 99,
it's not
so
greater than
she
99.
gets to add her base spells, right?
She doesn't. No.
Waving and gesturing.
Yes.
I assume she would. We've all been doing it.
Yes. So what's your read of that? She doesn't get to roll. She doesn't get to roll again by my.
But it says if the modified elemental attack roll is greater than 99 for an area attack elemental spell is treated as 150.
Where on earth are you reading that?
Page 42,
42.
under area spells.
Ah, nice.
Result determination.
Modify. It's greater than 95 for an area attack spell. It's treated as a 95. It's treated as 150.
It will be modified. Yeah.
Yeah, but the chart doesn't go up to 150. It only goes up to 100 on a cold ball.
Yeah, it's odd, but it is talking about area elemental attack.
Yeah,
spells,
it is. It's
right?
the right one, but the chart doesn't go up that high. So let's see if I put in the maximum results.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't understand that because the chart doesn't allow you to go up to 150. I'm going to go with what's in the book at the moment. So I'm going to go with the maximum result of... So after all that, it's going to sound very unimpressive. 17 in a B impact critical. And I'm just going off what the chart says, unfortunately. Damn it. So I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Is that going to do it? No. Has an impact as a result. Crit codes, impact, IM. I think it's lowercase. Excellent. I can roll it. Graham, roll your 17 and a B, please. Impact.
14.
14. Wham. You do another 4 hits.
So that's the first one, is it?
That's the first one. Yep. Second one, same process. Number 8.
Roll again.
Just a sec. No, because you've already rolled once. For the
crit, I mean.
yeah, for the crit. Ah, yes, for the crit. Oops. Just coming on the. Okay, roll the critical, please.
52.
52. Cool. You knocked this creature. You did another 12 hits. And it kind of wobbles a bit. This one here was 6. And just coming. This is 18 on B impact. Roll the B impact, please, on this one.
59.
59. You do spin it around. It ends up this one here ends up facing the way it's just come. And had this thing been human, you probably would have stunned it, but it ain't human. And then the last one is this one here, number 4.
Okay.
Give me a roll.
20.
20. Again, it's a B impact. Roll the critical, please.
Oh, that was it. That was 20.
Oh, the 20. Yes, of course. Wham! Another 2 hit points. That's it. But quite effective, and it definitely it did seem to rock them. It did seem to push them around. Again, definitely a lot closer now. You hear the sound. And then from behind you, you hear this sound. Much closer. Ray Roughwinds, turn is yours.
I mean, he's still going to need to keep preparing because he's hearing these animals. Something's coming.
Right.
So he's just gonna try and keep his head down a little bit and try and keep himself protected with a shield, and also just be preparing.
Done.
If anything comes at him though, he's gonna be ready to. Well, he's gonna to drop his preparing and just go for fighting.
Done. Again,
he's got his magic axe, by the way.
Nice one. Same sound from behind you. And again, another one from behind you. Number 7 is this one here. That doesn't exist. He's gone. And again from behind you. Leif. You can't do anything, Leif. You are absolutely just rooted in fear. Tahoe is out of the fight currently. Mithan.
Mithan would like to look behind them to where the chonky sounds are coming from.
Yep.
She'd like to 30% perception, please. Well, she'd like to look behind her, and if she needs to do a perception, she will. But if there's something coming that she doesn't need to perceive, she needs to perceive.
No. She sees absolutely horrendous, and it chills her to the bone. And I'm going to ask for a fear resistance roll before she does anything more. These.
Bony.
And there are 4 of them. Quite tall. Two of them, one of them's a bit further back. All of them are dripping with water. These 2 are quite close into the light. And there are some other figures that are kind of scrambling up on the just make out Mithan. Probably should have given you a perception roll for that. There's more things coming here. But she gets one look at these, and yes, please, Mithan. That is going to be a fear roll on you. Just 1 second, please. You are what level, please, Mithan?
9.
9th. Cool. Give me a roll, please, Mithan.
92.
92.
Yep.
Brave. She's brave, this woman. She just sucks it in, and yeah, you just hold firm.
Cool.
You can act.
We would like to call out the 3 words in South Tongue. She's directing at Pashtet.
Yep.
What's that monster? So
Okay.
she's meaning the calling out that she's the beast. What's that beast? What she'll say. What's that beast?
Okay. Cool.
Yep. And then she'd like to shoot one of them. Shoot one of these guys she's just seen.
Any particular preference?
Closest one, please.
Closest one? Sure.
See. So she had enough time to reload her. Oh, yeah, just enough time to reload her bow from last time. E100.
Okay.
25.
It's definitely within your minimum range. It's a decent hit, and indeed it does hit. That's 16 in the C puncture, Mithan. Roll the crit, please.
You. Come on. Oh, 34.
You graze along the side of the chest. No extra damage. Should have done it a lot more damage than it did.
Getting the picture. Thank you.
Yep. Silsey. Takes a shot at this one. Solid hit from Silsey. Thwack! Hits it straight in its stomach. And the arrow, in fact, I've even got a sound effect for that. Nice shot from Silsey, your other guide. Thunk! Literally, that's what you hear. Straight into this thing's stomach. That should have absolutely stopped a person in its tracks. And actually, on this occasion, it does. This thing just collapses.
Hurrah!
Yes. Keros.
Yes. Can she see the other goobies on the other side? The 4?
She's turning around and she's looking this way.
Yeah.
Yep, she is. And again, I'm going to ask you before she acts. These are a different critter, and I'm going to ask you to make a fear resistance roll. Doesn't need to make a perception roll. She can see them in the firelight.
Okay. 20
That's not great.
plus 13.
And what level is she?
9.
20 plus 13.
Yeah.
That's... Dear Keros, it is on number 1. That is a failure.
No.
It's not a failure by much. These new things are absolutely filling you with terror. Not absolutely. The same effect as Tarquin. You can act as at 75%. And in due course, you may or may not be able to act at 100%. But right now, you have 75% action, and for the remaining rounds, until I tell you otherwise, you have 75%. So she's at 75 to act. What does she do?
So now's not the time to ask what an overcast would mean. Probably. Like if she's 9th level and wants to do a 10th level spell,
Yep.
like the implications.
Yep. So I can tell you that. It is.
Sorry.
No, it's easy. It's the exact same amount of action she needs, which is 75% to cast. She needs to know the spell level to 10th level, which she does, and she is 1 level above. It's 20, so it's a risky thing to do. It adds on 20 to the failure. So normally, for a spell roll, an unmodified spell roll, what kind of spell is it? What is it?
It is Barrier Law, Barrier Pit.
Right.
Opens a pit, 100 CU, I don't know what that means, in earth or ice. Entire pit must be within 50 foot of caster.
Okay. So she can cast it. It would normally fail on a 1 or a 2. She is exerting herself. She's going to a level of expertise that she's just not quite comfortable with, and that means that increases the chance of failure by 20. If she fails, and if she rolls a 1 to a 22, so the original 2, and then the 20 with the overcasting, that 22 is times 3, and then you roll the spell failure and add plus 66 on top of it. Now that's really bad on a... The spell failure is really bad on a offensive spell. For a non-offensive spell like this, it's not as serious. It's up to you.
What does CU mean?
Cubic meters. Cubic. CU. Cubic. Cubic units? Cubic. I'd have to see it.
It's got a CU and then like an apostrophe.
Feet.
Yeah,
Is that feet?
Cubic feet. Thank you.
Is that down? It's going down into the earth.
Read the spell again, please.
Barrier Pit opens a pit, 500 CU in stone and 1,000 CU in earth or ice. Entire pit must be within 50 foot of caster.
Yes, so it's down.
It's down.
It's a pit, right?
Yeah, it's a pit. Yeah, it says it all in the title. Oh, I really want to give it a go. And can she place that where those four critters are? I mean, I guess they're all in different areas. Like maybe not the first one, but the one behind that. Oh no, they're all kind of together.
What's the range of the spell?
Sorry for taking up time.
Sorry?
Area of effect says varies.
But
Duration
no,
is
it'll have
20.
it'll have a range,
Oh, range 50 foot.
right? So she is here. That is 50 foot there.
So she can throw it at 50 foot or anywhere in 50 foot and under.
50 foot and under.
And how wide is it? God, all my questions. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I was doing one other thing while you were doing that.
Sorry.
Can you read out the spell again, please?
Opens a pit.
Yep.
Entire pit must be within 50 foot of caster. The area of effect varies. Duration is P.
Okay. And the depth?
I don't know.
Should I find that out somehow?
Right. Sorry, I have. Do you mind if I jump in?
Please.
Yes.
So I looked this the other day, and so it's 5. It is in stone, correct? We're saying this is stone, not earth.
Stone. Yes.
Oh, so it's 500.
So I think what it means is 500 cubic foot. So if you want to make a pit that's 10 foot wide, 500 divided by 10 is, so it's going to be 10 foot wide, it's 50. And we make it 10 foot deep, I'll divide that by 10 as well. It means it can only be 5 foot long.
Oh.
So you take your 500 cubic foot, that's the space it's going to take up, and you have to see what 3D space that would be. So you measure, you say it's going to be this wide, you know what I mean? Like, so
Yes,
you make
yeah.
it 10, you have to make it 10 foot deep at least, if they're not going to get out, so 500. Is that am I correct with my maths? I could be wrong, because 500 sounds like a lot.
That's why I
but
picked
the dimensions I'm describing make it sound like it's not going to be a lot.
No, I think you're right.
I think you're right too.
Does it go
So,
into
for example, if it's...
does it go into stone or does it go into earth? What is it? What material?
Stone is 500,
Right,
or
okay.
earth or ice is 1,000.
Okay, so it is stone. Yep.
So if it's 10 across and 10 down. If it was 10 across, 10 down, and 10 long, 10 times 10 times 10. Yeah, that can't be right. Is it?
Oh, sorry for time. Maybe I'll just
sorry.
throw a
No.
shot.
No.
So yeah, if it was 10 across by 10 long.
Yep.
So that's 100 square foot.
Yep.
And if it's 10 down, that's 1,000. So 10 by 10 by 10 pit would be 1,000 cubic.
Oh,
Is my calculation? Am I wrong?
we only have 500.
Yeah. So half of one of those dimensions, sort of thing. Make it 10 deep, 5 wide, and 10 long, or whatever. My maths could be wrong. Someone correct me if I'm being dumb.
No, that sounds about right. Although it sounds a bit risky to cast it.
It's a 22% chance of failure. Your call, Keros. It's a good spell, handy spell, but your call.
I know, and I really want to give it a go, and I've been looking at it, but now I think I don't really want to fall off the wall at this point. God, after all that, I'm just going to do a shock bolt. Sorry to waste the time.
That's all right. Are you absolutely sure?
No, but I'm just going to shock bolt that first one, please.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
I'll keep it for later.
Okay. Give me a roll, please.
Yep. 44.
44. So this is neither a
Plus
plus,
103. Oh, yep.
neither a plus nor a minus. And it was on that one there. Cool. The range about 40 foot up, but so that should. Yeah. What was the roll, please? 44.
Yes, plus 103.
Boom. Wallop.
But
Wallop. It's an A critical. 14 and A critical. Roll the A critical, please.
Um, 79.
Hey.
79. Boomfa.
Should have done a pitch.
Smacks it in its chest. It keeps coming. It shouldn't. It's horrifying to see. You do it another 9 hits, by the way, Gyros. It shouldn't keep coming. You coil and you absolutely blast it, and it should have stayed where it was or keeled over. It doesn't. And that is your 75% action because you can't do any more.
Yeah, thanks.
Next. You hear. And lumbering out of the darkness at a reasonable pace you see something utterly horrific. I'll show it on the map in a second. It looks like this.
Is that a gas face?
What's that?
Is that a gas face?
I don't know. It is extremely tall. It would be maybe 14 foot or so tall. Utterly horrific to behold. And it comes at a reasonable pace. Not absolutely sprinting, but moving reasonably fast. Gee, I'm just going to do this for 1 second. Because he doesn't want all his tricks up his sleeve to be taken.
Can Grey command it?
What's that?
Alright, just wondering.
I'm just googling right now.
Googling what?
With what kind of things Grey can command? Could he command a monster, or is it only animals?
Oops.
Worth a shot.
And it's very big, as you can see, and it comes up and stands here. If that's the size of a normal person, that's the size of this thing. And it's clearly not liking you.
What does it make of the undead?
Doesn't seem to notice them, or yeah, yeah, nothing would sum it up. Let's see. Did the second baddie go? Oh, yep, that one went down. Hang on. 7. Sorry, I just got a little bit of this. There we go. Cool. Right. Yeah, it doesn't really seem to have much interest in the undead. It looks like it's rotting itself. The little you can see in the firelight. Next actor. Oops. Silvioross, you're facing this way, and Mython, you're facing this way. I'd like you to make another fear attack on a different horrific thing. This one, this time, is slightly more familiar, but no less hideous. It's a couple of these things. Just a second. Before we do that. And we'll start with Mython. Mython, if you can make a roll, please.
Sure. Last night we did do a thing on them.
Sorry?
Did we?
Hang on. Really good points. No, you didn't.
I'm not quibbling.
No. Got my credits mixed up. Well done, and no, you don't. You are utterly horrified by them, but no, you don't, because you did discover that last night. That no, you didn't. Thank you. Good spotting, and well done for you. Next up is 8. This critter here gets to the wall. Oh. And starts to, quite dramatically, Neathanol, start climbing it. It did move. Whoops. And start climbing. So it's not going to make its full rounds this time, but it does come up about that far. Just climbing up this quite broken and jagged part of the wall here. You just catch it in the ethanol as it kind of moves slightly out of sight of you, but it's definitely coming at you. Etienne.
Is preparing and not looking, but does suggest that they might want a bunch. So where is he? He will move while he's preparing closer to Demos and urge Grey and everyone up to the other side to bunch up with him.
Okay. So where does Etienne moves closer to Demos?
Close as he can to Demos and urges Grey to go close to him.
Okay. Whoops! I just put the cat in the fire.
That's potentially marriage in danger.
Whoops.
Thank you for coming.
I think we'll pop victory down there for the moment.
Somewhere safe.
And Etienne, you bunch up. Okay. Nice.
And he's not going to look in a minute.
He moves on the top of the wall with his eyes closed.
No. Look at his feet. I mean, don't look at the beasties, you know.
Yeah.
Game
Next up, number 3. Two. Yeah, that one there starts a little bit of climbing, not much, as well. Coming up towards you. Okay. Next. Right. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of you. Can I ask one very brave person to roll a dice, and we're counting from this end, starting with 1 Tarquin down to the ethanol. Does one very brave person want to roll the dice, please? Aiden doesn't.
No.
Alex doesn't. Pete,
It's just a
Graham.
good time to call time.
Nope.
I can.
Thanks, Pete.
It is, no, it's bedtime. Don't roll anything. It's bedtime.
Roll the dice, please, Pete.
So we want to know what's coming? I don't know. 1d11. It's just weird to do. Number 0.
Oh, discount.
Oh, that's a 0. That's no one. Then,
Discount.
right?
Roll again.
No, it wasn't a 0. I'm making that up. The 6.
6. 1, 2, 3,
Oh
4,
no, Etienne.
5, 6. Etienne.
Yeah.
Suddenly, from out of the gloom, you think it comes from this way, although you can't be sure. There is a noise. It's a good one. Go. And this massive smash of energy whacks into you. And unless you roll well on the resistance roll, you take an impact critical. And with an impact critical, depending on how serious the impact critical is, I will either ask you to. It's an E impact critical as well. I'll ask you to either keep your to make a roll to keep your balance or not keep your balance. It's a low roll on the critical, and I'll ask you to roll the crit on yourself. You keep your balance. If it's above 50, I'll be asking you to see if there's a chance of you being knocked backwards and off the other side of the wall. I'd like you, please, to roll. Just want to get my facts straight here. So it's a resistance roll against essence magic. And when you're ready, and what level is he, please?
7.
7. You have, and what's his essence, please?
1.
1. Etienne, would you like the good news or the bad news?
Bad news.
Bad news. You have to roll better than a 58.
Above 58.
You have to roll above 58 to avoid being affected by this blast, this impact that just suddenly, out of the gloom, just hits you. That's the bad news.
And the good news?
You slept quite well last night.
All right, in that case. Come on, Etienne.
Give me a
sort it
roll.
out.
Give me a roll.
18.
18 doesn't beat 58. Etienne, you take an impact critical, an E impact critical on you, and I would like you to roll. If the roll is above 50, I'm going to we're going to break it down. If it's between 55 and 75, it will be a medium maneuver. If it's 76 or above, it will be a hard maneuver based on your armor skill to keep your balance. If it's below 50, you take a staggering result, but you manage to stay on the wall. This is the impact crit that you're rolling on yourself. You want a low result. Roll the dice, please.
85.
85. Blast aside crushes a variety of organs. Foe dies of internal bleedings after 6 rounds of inactivity. Plus 30 hits.
Great.
Fair to say, you fall off the wall. Is that fair to say? Or do I ask for a roll for that? He's off the wall. He has to be off the wall. If he was still alive, he would be okay, but he's down. Give me a roll.
Couldn't he brace himself against it as it's hitting him? I mean, he's not necessarily, he doesn't die.
No. Give me a roll, Graham, for pure dumb luck. If it's 25 or below, somehow you miraculously manage to stay on the wall. Otherwise, you topple at
22.
22. Okay. I don't quite know how that happens. Maybe the blow crushes you and sends you sideways. Maybe you crash off Grey, but you collapse on the wall. And how many life levels does he have, Graham?
We did have all of them.
Okay. I thought he still had one left.
No. He hasn't got any. He's never lost a life.
Oh, he hasn't lost a life. Oh,
No.
okay, I thought that was a dead character. Okay. Etienne does lose a life level, and he's out of the fight for the remainder of this round. The remainder of this fight. Miraculously, I was probably a bit generous there with the falling off the wall. Somehow you remain on the wall, Etienne. That result again. You take another 30 hits. Off 5 dies of 6 rounds of inactivity. So you're actually out. Yikes. Next is Tarquin.
He'd like to cry. So he's got 75%, right? Because he's in fear.
Correct.
Oh, he can't really do anything. Loading a bow. What's that? Is that 50%? Missile. I didn't say that last round though, did I?
Didn't.
So, reloading a short bow.
60% action.
60%, so he'll just do that, and that's all.
Okay. 3. Okay.
I'm gonna have to head off soon, FYI.
Yep.
Yeah, I need to go to bed.
Okay. Do we have time for 2 more dice rolls, or do we leave it there? We're partway through a round, or do we leave it there? We're 23. We've got another 7 actors to go. Your call, guys. We can absolutely leave it there, or we can finish the round. Next up, Pashket.
So long as none of them are attacking us, then I think we're fine.
Pashket. Demos. Just Pashket and Demos to act.
I mean, I'm happy to stay on and just finish up Demos if anyone else wants to go. That's cool. Because it's just Demos.
Okay.
Left.
Okay. Oh, well, maybe we can just narrate super fast. Pash. I don't remember Silsy's action. Oh, Silsy shot and killed one, didn't he? This round.
Dead.
Oh. Pashket is. Alex and Graham, if you guys absolutely need to go, go. But yeah, you're cool, guys.
I'll listen. But
I'm gonna love you and leave you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Thanks so much, everybody. Good luck.
Good job, Alex.
Okay.
Oh, not really, but thank you. Bye.
Bye.
See you. Well done.
Graham, shoot off, man, if you need to. I know you're weary. Hello, Graham. Oh, he's hit it off. Pashket is going to take a shot here. It's not a particularly good roll. But it's enough. And this creature here topples and goes down. Three are down. 1, 2, 3.
Can I just remind that Mythan had called the Pashket? If he knew what the beast
yes.
sound was?
No, he says. Not gas mouth.
Okay. Once I'm dead. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
This one here also begins to climb. Not very well, but it begins to climb. This one comes to here. It's there. Nearly there, guys. And comes around this side. Demos,
Hello.
you are the last actor. What do you do?
Wow. He's very paranoid of the skies now. He's just gonna be percepting to see if that thing's coming around for another swoop, and he's gonna get his shield up, ready to kind of parry with it.
Give me a perception roll, please.
Where have you gone? All right. 81.
81.
Mm-hmm.
What's his bonus?
50.
And he's looking in the skies.
Yeah, or just anywhere around. He might have seen where it kind of left off after it attacked Etienne.
So what's around? I know he's looking up. Where else is he looking?
I guess in whatever direction that thing took off in after it hit Etienne is where he'd be looking to see if he could see it coming back at all, swooping around.
Okay, so he doesn't see it over this way. He doesn't see anything in this direction. Is he turning around this way?
Yeah.
Hate to say it, as he does, he looks down and sees these for the first time. And I'm going to ask you to make a fear check, Demos.
Mm-hmm. 32.
32. And what level is he?
8.
8. What's his fear?
7 plus 7. Pretty brave.
32 plus 7 is a 39. You had to, your 7th level?
8th.
Oh, your 8th level.
Yeah.
Regret to say, Demos, you had to beat a 41.
Damn it. So close.
Same result as the others. So, Demos, you're operating at 75%.
Cool.
Until a time.
Okay.
So, with his 75, he has a good look around. He looks behind him. He looks above him. He can't see any sign of whatever happens to poor Etienne.
Okay.
And that...
He's got. Yeah,
Sorry?
He's just gonna keep his shield up and just. He's fearful.
Okay. That is the end of the round, and that is it for the night. Goodness me, it could have passed. There we go, guys. Rolling credits.
Yikes.
Alright. Vicious.
Essence, it means it's magic.
Sorry?
If it's an essence attack, does that mean it's necessarily magic or just sort of power?
You don't know its essence, of course, because that would be
No, true. That'd be telling you.
metagame. Graham, that if you're still with us, that was rubbish luck, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry, I rolled you. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah. They're into the game.
Yike!
Yeah. Well, I think Vader definitely goes to Etienne.
Okay.
Dying.
For dying. Also, he did some good stuff before then.
He
sure
did.
does.
He absolutely
Really
did.
Him.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he did. He took a number of these critters out of the fight. It was number 3 made run away. That's right.
And 7 disintegrated.
7 disintegrated. That's right.